They know I got them vibes, so you know them fans watching me.
They in my chat with the shit. Oh, they must think they can stop me. See, we got Raj on the scopes. Now don't get sniped out the lobby.
Is not on me. Now tell me, what do you see?
We send the vibe through the nation. LIB in our blood. We in the sky with this shit.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
99% cap, 1% gameplay, 100% vibes. Don't bring that bullshit my way. Try your
Let me
luck.
teach you how to
Go
vibe.
against the vibe. Where you fuck, you gon' think I'm Mike Vrabel the way I make them tighten up. You'll be lucky if you even score. You should read more, though I choose to live in peace. You should know I bleed war. I'm a recon man, one of the best in the sport. I keep a drone on my hip, I let it out to explore. They say the ops on the way. I see one, I know
Let me
it's
teach
more.
you how
They
to
just ran
vibe.
inside a building, my EMP gon' deploy. Make a panic, play support. Crypto going manic, they trying to figure out how I do assault damage. Real just mark the surroundings, I know they can't stand it. Morosky sending out his ghost and they don't understand it. I'm headed to the high grounds to get a overstanding. Now you from a distance, see your partners, they just left you stranded. Damn, you know you headed to the lobby, right? Sorry for your awful fight, I admit it was easy. Get you some practice or you always die. I know
Let me
you doing
teach you
that
how to
ping
vibe.
thing. They gone, made it out of sniper range. Level 1 knockdown shield. It's been 7 minutes in the fucking game. I'm devoted. Hit you with the devotion, hear it wind up, quick motion. Now I'm headed with the wind to your partners, but I'm focused. See, Goat just hit that beast on the hunt. Ghosts is we reloaded, blow the EMP and we done.
They know I got them vibes, so you know them fans watching me.
They in my chat with the shit. Oh, they must think they can stop me. See, we got Raj on
Let
the
me
scopes.
teach you how to
Now don't get
vibe.
sniped out the lobby.
Is not on me. Now tell me, what do you see?
We send the vibe through the nation. LIB in our blood. We in the sky with this shit. Just think it came out the mud.
Cam was always first. Nano, what up? Statman,
Let me
Big
teach
G,
you how to vibe.
Big Jeff, Lippy, Tyler J, Jonathan Mitchell, No Relation, Suave, ATL.
Let me
Mark,
teach you how to
appreciate the follow.
vibe.
Man, we here. Rain, sleet, hail, snow. I don't know about the weather, man, but Shotbybuddha is going to deliver. Going to be here. Win or lose. We're going to show up. We live on Facebook. Like, share, follow, comment, tap in. Live on Twitch. Got Amazon Prime. Once a month you can use the sub on any channel. Why not this one? If you don't, please don't let it go to waste. Use it on a content creator that you watch. It's free once a month. You watching on the red, hit that like, comment, tap in with the offline content. And if you watching on the green, free $99 to use the emotes. All you got to do is be a follower. Pitch in, pitch on the last three. But we here, we making content. We do this shop talk daily, and we here in the Discord. And we make football posts daily. B Walker, what it do, play? That's everybody that's already in the building. Shout out to the notification gang, the people that tap in first. So let's get right to it, man. Brian Callahan, I told y'all I had just made the post this morning. Will Callahan make it to the Vrabel game? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. And today, Miss Amy usually fires people on Tuesday. She fired on him on a Monday. But Mike McCoy named interim coach. Nothing changes outside of both Callahans are gone. Nick Holst is still the OC. Bo Hardegree will still be calling plays. Denard Wilson will still be on the defense. Bones Fossil will still be doing special teams. And with the trade deadline looming in the next 2 weeks, it'll be interesting to see, because I think this was just a face save. They wanted to get him out before Mike Vrabel got the chance to beat his replacement and then do that smug grin and shake everybody's, like the kiss of death, like Mike Vrabel giving him the tough
Let me
handshake.
teach you how to
pulling him close and
vibe.
saying, you know, you're fired. You can never feel my shoes. and then moving out. At the end of the day, Brian Callahan, Bill Callahan, class acts, nice guys, good people, good football lineage. Just was not a good fit for the Tennessee Titans as a head coach. Not because he doesn't know a lot about football. I just think that first time head coach, first time play caller, first time OC, first time special team, first time defensive coordinator. Like, everybody in your organization can't be a first timer. So it's interesting to see. We've been hearing some names. Arthur Smith, who was our OC the last time this offense was a 25 to 30 point a game. A retread coach, Cliff Kingsbury, Joe Brady, Mike McCarthy, the Brian Flores, Robert Salah, the usual suspects you're hearing around the league. It'll be interesting to see if they'll let this play out the rest of the season before they bring somebody in. I don't think they really had necessarily a plan today, because you wait hours and hours and hours to name the interim coach and have a night press conference. And then once again, Tennessee Titans, in true Tennessee Titan fashion, we're going to watch it on a late stream on the Kick and Twitch. I don't know if YouTube is still being weird about me watching stuff like that. So Mike Bergonzi and Chad Brinker, the twin collaboration is somehow we went from the post Vrabel, post John Robinson era to the Rand Carthon, Chad Brinker collaboration with Miss Amy Burke Nihil to Rand is gone, Callahan is gone, the guy they knocked out the park. Then you get to this press conference, no Amy, a written statement, and you got Chad Brinker and Mike Bergonzi. Mike Bergonzi, we believe in these drafts and the young players you bringing in. Please, please, please clear the shelf and tell Miss Amy, let me run the football side. If not, you're going to go down with whatever coach they decide you need to have with you. If I was Mike Bergonzi, I'd go get the most veteran guy I could get. Forget trying to match an offensive mind. Forget trying to match a defense. Just go get somebody who's done it before and done it successfully. I don't care who it is. Just don't ruin Cam Ward. VR said fire sale. Have you seen our roster? Is there anything outside of Jeff Simmons you could sell? ATL KT2 the GOAT. McCarthy. I'd take McCarthy in yesterday. I would. Cowboys better figure it out. It's too late. Shefty's little Titan post was fun. It was funny because I commented, Shefty, how long have you been wanting to type that? Like, it's in your drafts. You just need to hit send. It's probably been there for a month. It's like he typed that preseason and just let it sit in his phone. A lot of people was laughing at my comment on that post. Panthers to the divisional loss to the Bucks. The Panthers are doing exactly what I thought they would do this season. If you remember what I said about the Panthers, Tom, I said the Panthers will compete, Falcons will compete. I think it's still the Buccaneers division to lose, and Baker Mayfield is playing like it. But the Panthers finally figure out, run the ball. Y'all get Chuba Hubbard back. Him and Dowdle y'all should run, use your tight ends. And then you got dunkers on the outside. You got Leggett, and you have Tetroa, Macmillan. Y'all have Canales is starting to come with some kind of identity for the Panthers. Unfortunately, Brian Callahan never had an identity for the Tennessee Titans, and that's what got him out of there. So hopefully the next coach that comes in understands the Tennessee Titans is a blue-collar, lunch pail team. You're going to have to play tough defense, which the defense have been playing tough for 2 years, and you're going to have an offense that knows how to move the chains and score in the red zone to complement the defense, because Bones Fossils got the special teams turned around outside of they should have never let go of Nick Folk last year. But at the end of the day, that whoever the coach is has got to have some energy and got to bring some fire back. You just can't have your superstar defensive player and your first round number 1 overall pick quarterback say, after our first win since November of 2024, our practices was a horrible week of practice. It's the worst we've had all year. As a coach, that's just like putting you in the coffin. I think it's too late. What's crazy? I told y'all it's too late. You remember Tone? Now, I like Callahan, the person. I just think he wasn't ready for how much he was going to have to put in, how much work he was going to have to put in Nashville. Like, this is not an easy rebuild. This is a rebuild with an impatient owner. Adam Schefter made sure he got to troll the fan base today. And that's just basically what it is. It's a rebuild that doesn't take long if somebody has an identity. Now, I know that I have detractors that think that we shouldn't have taken Cam Ward and we should have taken Jackson Dart. Put Jackson Dart and let him run 15 times a game like he's doing in New York behind this line. He'll be in the hospital in Nashville. He'll be at Vanderbilt Hospital. Cam Ward was absolutely the right pick. He's got the tools. He's got the goods. But if y'all seen my breakdowns from last night, if you was in the night stream, that's identity based. Being on your own 9 with Max Crosby standing out there. Do I need to show y'all this? Some of y'all didn't get to see this today. If you don't follow my my Facebook page, you should, just because I usually give my keys of the day over there. And today's key of the day was something I'm gonna have to break down of what the next head coach of the Tennessee Titans is gonna have to fix. I'll show y'all the type of things that he's gonna have to fix. She was popping. Could be worse. You could be a Browns fan. Browns is actually not in a bad position. The Browns actually have a better roster than the Tennessee Titans.
Let me teach you how to
The Tennessee
vibe.
Titans roster is 32 or 32 in the NFL. Tennessee Titans TV views is 32 or 32 in the NFL. Tennessee Titans ticket sales is 32 or 32 in the NFL. Like, we're dead last in every single category. But we aren't the worst team. Right now, we just what Adam Schefter said was what I've been trying to tell y'all for years. Is more than you can't have an identity if you have too many chefs in the kitchen. Trey, what's popping? All right, let me show y'all. Boom, here's the breakdown. Drop them crystal balls in the chat. This is the reason why the next head coach is gonna have to bring identity to Nashville. Now, the Raiders said that they practiced for this look, and they said they knew that anytime they lined up in this look, if we went empty, that Devin White was gonna come free. Titans go max protect, and you got no Calvin Ridley, so you have A.O. Monner, Lockett. You know, you got A.O. Monner, DK, and Lockett. Van Jefferson. You got this trio of receivers. That's who you can put on the field. A.O. Monner, Van Jefferson, and Tyler Lockett. Like, that's what you can put on the field right now. You got Cushenberry. You got Skoronski with a one-on-one block. You got Dan Moore, who's got Chig helping kick the outside rusher. Jeremy Chin has got the flat. You got a single high safety back here, and you got your weak side corner, your shallow side corner, kind of over here deep, right? You got your middle safety sitting down, waiting on the end breaking seam route, and you got this guy up here in the flat to disrupt everything and to take anything underneath going this way. So if any of these routes break across, he's gonna break with the route. Safety's gonna come over to help because you got no threat because Chig is in full block. Devin White at the snap of the ball is already on Cam Newton. As Cam is taking the snap, he is looking dead at Devin White, one of the best linebackers in the league. Here's a stunt. So Cushenberry is passing off to Zietler, and they're trying to pass off the stunt. Scoro's got the one-on-one block. Moore's got your edge rusher on the left once Chig kicks. JC Latham is completely confused. He's looking at Max Crosby because he's so scared, but he's got running back help. Tajay has actually kicked out and knocked Max Crosby out wide. How JC just doesn't see Devin White at all? It's just bananas that him and Zietler, they let free rushers come the whole game. This is the strip fumble. The other sack that he got was the same exact way. Cushenberry and Zietler, they split this. They just kept splitting our gaps, and our offensive line is confused because there's no reason for them to be an empty set on the goal line. Everybody knows what happened. Devin White came free. Cam tried to step up so he wouldn't float into the end zone taking a hit. And you know we got Titan fans that think that Cam is a bust because some kind of way he didn't magically step up and get hit in the teeth helmet to helmet by Devin White and float this pass over Max Crosby to Tyler Lockett. It's literally a cornerback shedding the inside route and guarding underneath with it. Like, where are we going with the football? Like, he can just dirt it at their feet again. How many times does Cam Ward take the snap and just throw it at the feet of the receiver or the running back? Like, this guy took the snap and just got a free rush, and they're blocking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blockers on max protect, and then they seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 blockers on 6 rushes, and a guy comes absolutely free. And then you got a guy lined up on zones to take either one of. He doesn't have time to even throw this football.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Cam Ward can just eat the sack and fall down right there at the 5, and we got to punt out the end zone. Like, I don't get what fans think that this offense with Bo Hardegree doesn't look any better than Brian Callahan calling plays. If they don't know that they need to balance the field, one, your running back probably should be on the side with the tight end if you're going to run a 3 stack on this side, and you're going to slide protection this way. Like, I just don't understand how they don't know to teach this to Cam Ward, but he really doesn't have a chance on Sundays. They said the Jets. Yeah, we just sent the Jets our best young corner though, so I don't know. The Jets could be worse than us. I'd say, all right, Titans, Jets, Saints, clearly the 3 worst in the league, and the Browns is right there on top of us. 2 times. What up, Becker? What up? But like, that's part of the reason why you can't get hired as an offensive minded head coach to come in and coach a young 1st round draft pick after they threw Will Levis under the bus to say that Will Levis was the problem. This is the development you have for a 1st-year quarterback with a bad offensive line, with Tyler Lockett, Van Jefferson, and Aomaner as the guys on the field. I don't know where he's supposed to go with the football if Chig Okonkwo and Tajay Spears are the 2 most explosive players that would be in that set of people on the field. That set of 11, Tajay Spears and Chig are the 2 most dynamic players in that set. They're having to block. And when Chig sheds his block, he's got Jeremy Chin on him. Where is he going? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the problem with the Tennessee Titans is they brought in Brian Callahan to develop Cam Ward, and he just is not able to do that with Will Levis or Cam Ward. And it's not turning in a different direction. His dad is supposed to be one of the greatest offensive line coaches in the history of the NFL, and the line has not gotten any better. And they have talented players. I just won't believe that the guys are that bad. $80 million on Dan Moore. Skoronski was a 1st round pick. J.C. Latham was a 1st round pick. They spent 55, almost 60 million on Cushenberry. And then Zietler is one of the most tenured guards in the NFL that just came off the Lions' great season. So I'm confused. Like, I just don't think that Brian Callahan's offense is what they thought it was. And I as much as Callahan, I question the people that interview him and said, we don't need Mike Vrabel, we want Callahan. Because if you just be honest, Callahan didn't ever call plays for Burrow. He was the OC, the way Nick Holsey is in Nashville. And what happened to Burrow? Burrow has a bad offensive line, and he gets knocked out every other season. I think that trend remains, that Brian Callahan thinks that you can just drop a quarterback back 35, 40 times a game without a running game, without a solid offensive scheme. Throwing bubble screens to Jamar Chase is far different than throwing it to Tyler Lockett. Said y'all not far behind.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Team doesn't give Cam a chance. I never heard of a management structure like how the Titans have with Brinker. Issue starts at the top with the owner. I want the competent owner to come in and buy the team so bad. Now, Paul Kaharski did give clarity on what Brinker's role. Technically, Brinker only has say-so and veto power in the first 3, maybe 4 rounds of the draft in big free agent acquisitions. Technically, Brinker is supposed to be over the parking lot, the concessions, flight plans, hotels, things like that. That's technically Brinker is supposed to be the guy that handles that stuff so that Bergonzi can just think 1000% football. He's getting nothing from stadium. It's all football. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I don't like having a handler between my owner with another guy that's always seems to be around but not be around. Like he's doing the press conference with Bergonzi tonight about the firing of Brian Callahan. Amy is not there and Mike McCoy is not there. The same way that Brian Callahan gave up play calling to Bo Hardegree, but Nick Holtz is his OC, and clearly Nick Holtz came to the podium frustrated that he wasn't given a chance to call play. Because I'm pretty sure when they hired him, there was something at some point in time with him being involved in the play calling process for his resume as a coach. So I personally don't trust it. I mean, McCoy being interim makes sense because you don't move your OC, your DC, especially since they kept Nick Holtz. Only person you really replacing is Bill Callahan, but the guys that's already working with that will step in. I mean, it's not like Bill Callahan had the offensive line like a well-oiled machine or nothing. They said fire Brinker and Nahil, but you got to think that part of Brinker and Nahil getting Mike Vrabel out had a lot to do with Amy, John Robinson, that draft night when Mike Vrabel went off, Todd Downing getting the DUI and not getting fired, Kelly coming in because Kelly was the OC that Vrabel wanted before Downing. Then when Downing got the DUI, Kelly comes in, the offense doesn't get any better, but you got Rand in who J-Rob brought in Malik Willis, Rand brought in Will Levis the whole time. Mike Vrabel's like, I got Tannehill. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's more of a power struggle, but he's too mean. He's not a people person. He's abrasive. He wants more power in the organization. That seems like Amy is like, I don't like the personality of Mike Vrabel, so I'm gonna send y'all to do that. Seemed like they were sent to undermine him a little bit. I can't, that's a lot to say, but Amy never speaks and she's got these guys to speak for her now. Them hiring Brian Callahan was more of like Jason Garrett on the Cowboys. Like, he's the guy that's gonna put the polo shirt and the hat and look the part, but maybe not necessarily the right guy for the job. Like, maybe a team like the Tennessee Titans needs a tough as nails, no frills type of coach like Mike Vrabel. Maybe. You see what I'm saying? Like, he was the perfect type of fit for Nashville. And to be realistic, I really think as bad as J-Rob was in the end with that 20 and 21 draft in the AJ Brown trade, as rough as the 6 and 18 that Vrabel had down the stretch of being tasked with having a lot of players that he didn't want to go in a direction that maybe he didn't want. You hear Derrick Henry on busting with the boys. You hear them being kind of upset about Vrabel being let go. Maybe they should have just gave Vrabel and John Robinson a little more time. Maybe, just maybe. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, now Bergonzi has picked his QB and now he gets to pick his head coach. But if Bergonzi picks and he has Brinker and Nahil and Amy, two involved in the coaching hire, if Bergonzi doesn't hit on this coaching hire, he's gonna be gone too. Because you already done gave Dan Moore $80 million. You done moved first round left tackle J.C. Latham to right tackle. You've traded Jarvis Brownlee. You've cut Cheeto Awuzie. You've let Harold Landry go. And once again, Jamal Adams, another Tennessee Titan, getting a revenge game on us. Jamal Adams had 4 solo tackles for the Raiders. You forget that he plays playing wheel linebacker for outside backer for the Raiders. Another revenge game on the Tennessee Titans, and we're gonna get the ultimate revenge game come Sunday. There's no chance the Tennessee Titans beat the Patriots Sunday. Why is he babysitting? Owner always firing people, and that's the point of. There's a handler, and then there's Amy. I feel like this firing is Amy because of the way they scramble for who to put in place. Right? It seemed like the game plan was to let Callahan have the whole season and then go after who they wanted to, but that's the most Tennessee Titan thing to do. Said Drake May is that man. I like Drake May's skill set. Bijan had 131 and a half. Shut Cam Ward down.
Let me teach you
No,
how
they
to
gotta
vibe.
they gotta let him go now. What is Brandon Allen gonna do? Like, man, you might as well just sell the team. He said Nahil and Amy was a problem. But I mean, Nahil is there to sell the stadium and sell a fan experience. He's there for the financial part of it. You see what I'm saying? So the problem is, if you got Brinker and Nahil in conversations with Amy about what they about to tell Berganza he about to have to do, that's the problem. Because they said that Rand was lazy. I don't buy that Rand was lazy. People probably, like, I'm gonna just be real. Here's a black guy in Nashville who's a former player who's sitting here watching a billionaire female owner with 2 handlers meddling all the business of what he's trying to do. And they're telling him, we don't want Vrabel. We want Vrabel out. We want to go this direction, even if it's opposite of what Vrabel have. So then they start this big collaboration thing, which was a way to keep the power away from Vrabel. So then Vrabel's like, I'm out. I'm gone. They couldn't even wait to get rid of Vrabel to get the compensatory picks back. So now what are you stuck with? Rand is like, well, I like Vrabel, but they told me I got to go in this direction. It's a tough situation. Because all Rand's conversations was, we got to have that conversation. So he had a conversation with Henry, had a conversation with Vrabel. But you got Amy, Brinker, and Nahil always sitting in the back, pushing a narrative or direction they want the team to go. And I don't think they're going to ever allow, like, if you was Mike McCarthy, or you was Cliff Kingsbury, or you was Joe Brady, or you was Brian Flores, you had to go into this negotiation and say, Mike Berganza, I don't want to talk to Brinker. I don't want to talk to Nahil. I don't want to talk to Amy until it's time to sign a check. Me and you finna go fix this team. They need to get out of the kitchen. And you need to guarantee I need to be here for at least 3 to 4 years before y'all fire me, because it's going to take a minute. This roster is bad. New stadium coming. Alan Jackson, Luke Combs, every country music superstar in the world is going to have a concert when they break ground on the stadium. All they thinking about is dollar signs. It's a bad situation. It's the same way with free agents. All the free agents chose to not come to Nashville because they see how they do players. Jeff Fisher on line 1, no. He said, how can you send me a DM? You can't. Just terrible leadership across the board. The Titans will be as bad as long as Amy owns the team. Not as long as Amy owns the team. Mike Berganza got to go in there and just bitch slap everybody in the office and say, get out. I'm going to pick a coach. I'm going to put this team together, and I just need y'all to get out of the way. Jimmy Johnson did that with the Cowboys years ago, and he's the only coach that was able to do it in Dallas. Jimmy Johnson's like, man, I'm finna go make them run till they throw up. Jerry Jones, you get your ass out the way. And he stayed out the way long enough for the Dallas Cowboys to win 3 championships. And the moment they ran Jimmy Johnson off, the Dallas Cowboys has not been back since. That's what the Tennessee Titans is. That's what the Tennessee Titans is. He said sorry about the Titans. Don't apologize. I'm a Titan fan. I know how this works. This is the most Titan thing that's ever happened. And it's good content for me because when the Titans are bad, like this is fun. This is when everything's going on. Ravens Joe. She empowers them to be with the GM, but the GM has to go in and say, look, I'm gonna get fired anyways if I don't make the team win. I need y'all to get out of the way. Because when I see Burke Nihill and Chad Brinker, everybody that's from the South, when you look at them, you know exactly what that is. When you see those like old movies and it's the guy that shows up with the suit and the trench coat and he's in like the black Plymouth with the hat, he don't say much, but when he shows up like somebody dies or somebody gets extorted, like that's what they look like. They look like mafia hitmen, or they look like, you know what I'm saying? They look like FBI guys or CIA guys that show up before somebody gets assassinated. They never say anything, and they only show up when something really bad happens. And they're never at fault, but some kind of way, you know, they're empowered. KT, stop it, man. You being federal. We going back to the CK days, man. Yeah, KT, you been the GOAT for don't be federal. He said about time they fire Callahan, but I don't think it's, bro. Look, as much as we want to say fire, all right, so what does firing Callahan do? His entire staff, minus him and his daddy, is still the same staff, and the roster still looks the same way as it does. Mike Bergonzi has got to figure this roster out in the right directions. The places he can start is, how do you convince a young star player like Kayvon Thibodeau, like Tariq Woolen? How do you convince some of those guys to come here and pay them? Titans gonna have the most cap money. Everybody on their team deal is up. You only have 3 players out of the 29 players you drafted in the last 4 years that you actually would even consider re-signing. Roger McCreary, Chiga Convo, and then Tajay is coming up on a contract year next year. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna pay Pete when it's time. Like, they're in a bad spot. So like now that they have way more than getting Callahan out of the way, because the same people are calling plays. It's the same offense. It's still a bubble screen to Tyler Lockett with the fastest player on the team. Can y'all imagine if Xavier Worthy is stop blocking a screen pass for Juju Smith-Schuster? Do that even sound right? Do that sound like, go to the good teams. Go to the good teams and take the fastest player on the team and make them block a screen pass for the slowest person. Like, even if Tyler Lockett catches and DK gets a pancake block, Tyler Lockett gets like 2 yards before he falls down. Like, this doesn't even make sense at the way that they go about doing things. And these are going to be the same guys. So you just took the person, regardless of what we think about Denard Wilson, about Bones Fossil, about Mike McCoy and Bo Hardegree and Nick Holtz. Offensively, Brian Callahan knows more than all those people. So it's like, it's not like the offense is finna get more dynamic and incredible with the smartest person on offense in the room gone. He said trying to join in on Talking Titans Discord. Q, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, you gotta click on that link. But that's just crazy though, that they're still gonna have to go to the end of the year. If you want Flores, if you want Brady, if you want Cliff Kingsbury, if you want any of those guys, Robert Saleh, any of these guys that's been named Arthur Smith, these guys are all gonna be in the playoffs. They wasn't patient enough to get the compensatory picks to let Mike Vrabel wait. So now, since they rushed to get Callahan so bad and rushed so fast to get him out of here before Mike Vrabel came back, ain't that an oxymoron, like a coincidence? You couldn't wait to get rid of Mike Vrabel to get your compensatory picks. So bad did you want Callahan that you never wanted him to leave and didn't want nobody to get him, that you couldn't wait to get him out of the door before Mike Vrabel came back. That's the funny part about it. Now, if you want to wait on any of the young hot name coaches, you're going to have to wait all the way to February to get them. Unless you go Mike McCarthy. And I don't know if Mike McCarthy want to come. He dealt with the Dallas Cowboy clown show. I don't know if he wants to come deal with a lesser great value version of a clown show in Nashville. They say you're right. They had the least amount of talent on the roster in the league. They have to overpay a free agent. They had to overpay Dan Moore $80 million because that's the bad team tax. But Titan fans argue with me so bad when I say you have to retain Nick Westbrook-Akine. You have to keep Harold Landry. You have to keep some of these guys. Because does it make sense to pay $7.5 million to cut Cheeto to go start on the Ravens? The Ravens cut Jalen Armour Davis to sign Cheeto for $1 million. Then we paid the same $1 million for Armour Davis to come play the same role that Cheeto is at. Why not just leave Cheeto there? You paid the money. So then you had a healthy Snead, a healthy Cheeto. You still have Jarvis Brownlee and Roger McCreary. Only thing I could think about reason why you may have traded Brownlee because you was going to move him to the slot, and then you got to decide whether you want to keep Brownlee or Roger. But the most Titan thing to do would take the cornerback that's only missed 4 games in 4 years in McCreary and trade him or not pay him. Then you have Chig, who's got more receiving yards and more receptions than any Titan in the time he's been here actively. People want to get rid of him because we have Gunnar Ham. Like, how about us get both of them and use them both every week? You see how dynamic he is when he gets the ball in his hands. He's faster than half of our receivers. He's the last pick in the 4th round. He was a compensatory pick. He's the last pick in the 4th round. So it's like when you have 4th and 5th rounders that can be starters like Cedric Gray, Titans have to pay these guys because they're cheap. Could have paid Nick Westbrook $3.5-4 million. You could have gave him $10 million in 3 years, and Nick Westbrook, you didn't slap him around and play hardball with him. How different would it have looked if Nick Westbrook was blocking the screen for Chim DK instead of Chim DK blocking the screen for Tyler Lockett? Wouldn't you want your 6'3" run blocking receiver blocking for Chim DK? Yesterday, if Calvin Ridley's out the game, your red zone threat, they had 32 catches, 500 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Like, don't you think $4 million for Nick and just pay him up front and just sign him would have been better? Paying Tyler Lockett $4 million, paying Van Jefferson like almost $2 million. So you're spending extra money to have Van Jefferson and Tyler Lockett out there. You just had Nick Westbrook and Bryce Oliver. What's the difference? Play Restrepo. They talk about Restrepo being slow. He can't be slower than Tyler Lockett. And he won't drop the football. Like, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Falcon Stella. Imagine. Impulse, what'd it do? Cam Ward joins Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young, Kelly Williams. Number 1 overall, get head coach fired first year before the season is over. But this is the good part. What happens when Trevor Lawrence gets the offensive coach that know how to call plays? They look like they do now. What happened when Canales finally figures out how to call plays around Bryce Young? They're competitive. They beat the Cowboys. How does Caleb Williams look with Ben Johnson calling the plays as opposed to Nagy and the clown show they had with Justin Fields before? Sometimes you just need to put the quarterback like Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold and these like Geno Smith's resurging when he went to Seattle. Like, sometimes they just need to be in a decent environment. Daniel Jones, Mac Jones. People always say these guys are bust until they get on teams that know what to do with them. Hey, man. At some point. But if you get Cliff Kingsbury, you waiting all the way to February. What if you wait to February and Cliff Kingsbury say, I don't want to come to Nashville? then what do? If Joe Brady and Brian Flores and Robert Saleh and Mike McCarthy all have jobs by the time you waited on Cliff Kingsbury, because he was in the NFC Championship last year. So, like, that's a game away from the Super Bowl. That's how far you would be waiting to be able to interview and convince this guy that you're not going to fire him in 18 months if your general manager is handcuffed and has to trade Jeffrey Simmons. Like, because this is how the Titan fan base thinks. We just gave Dan Moore $80 million, but they didn't want to pay an extra $17 million to keep Harold Landry. Now we have no edge pressure, but you're still paying Arden Key and Draymond Jones. Who in their right mind would want to pay Draymond Jones and Arden Key and not pay Harold Landry? I'd rather have Harold Landry and have Jalen Harrell be his spell, or Jahad Ward. Like, I really think T Sweat is in danger. All the Rand Carthon guys are gonna be gone. I think T Sweat is the next one that's in danger. Y'all thought Jeffrey Simmons to the Bears. I think the Bears may get T Sweat. Antonio Pierce is they ain't hiring no more black guys. The only black guy that's got a chance to get hired in Nashville is Brian Flores. He said keep your in-house talent, but the Titans have never been able to give second-year deals. Javon Curse, Carr, Finnegan, Mariota, Vince Young, CJ 2K, AJ Brown. Like, can we go down? Jonnu Smith, Derrick Henry almost walked. We never get our talent to the second contract. Like, that's just Adoree Jackson. Even though Adoree Jackson is not some superstar corner, he's been starting for the Eagles. What's the difference between Adoree Jackson and Jalen Armour Davis and Darrell Baker Jr.? He's more talented than him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the Titans just don't know how to retain talent when they get it. They don't know how to develop and build, and that's why the team looks like it looks now. People like, oh, we need to get another first round receiver. Yeah, that really worked out with Traylon Burks. We need to get a first round. They really worked out with Caleb. I mean, we need to just go offensive line every year. Drafted Skoronski at left tackle, moved him to guard. Drafted JC Latham at left tackle and moved him to right tackle. Draft another offensive lineman. Isaiah Wilson went to jail, never played a snap. Jack Conklin, drafted him, didn't re-sign him. Went on to be a Pro Bowl on the Browns. Like, bro, what are we doing? It ain't like if we do draft any player, like we ever gonna sign and retain him. Rashaan Evans. Like, bro, we could just go down the line of first round and second round draft picks to the Titans. Like, just think about it. We didn't pay Kevin Byard. We traded him to the Eagles. We cut both the players we got back in the draft pick we took in this place, did nothing. Did you see Hassan Haskins on the Chargers' final play to Ladd McConkey? Did you see Hassan Haskins go kick out the left edge rusher and then outrun everybody down the field and hit the block that let Ladd McConkey get in field goal range? It's the 5th round pick that we let go to the Chargers, along with Bud Dupree, along with Elijah Molden, along with Christian Fulton, like along with Tierre Tart. Like, just how many ex-Titans come back to cook us? Khalif Raymond, Josh Reynolds. But every ex-Titan come back to dunk on us, bro, and just do us dirty. Azeez Al-Shire. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it just every time we got some players, and I promise if we played the Cowboys, Kenneth Murray will have 10 tackles. Poorly run franchise. Titans are trash in every aspect. The sad part is they could take us in the chat and make decisions for the Titans. I swear the roster would be better. Evan Parker, what up? Y'all gotta say sorry to Will. I already made that post. You gotta say sorry to, you gotta go back. You gotta say sorry to Marcus Mariota. You gotta say sorry to Vince Young. You gotta say, hey, I'm sorry to Steve McNair. You gotta say, I'm sorry to Malik Willis. You gotta say sorry to Will Levis. You gotta say sorry to every quarterback except Jake Locker. God knows why they took a number 7 first round pick on a guy that had a cast on his arm the year before playing safety for Washington. Titans always been bad when it comes to these decisions. Titans they have the highest amount of free cap space coming into this year, and everybody's off the books, and you resign Roger, Resign Chig. The next season you have to sign extend Pete early. If Tajay can stay healthy through this season and next season, you probably want to deal Pollard off and get something from him while you can. He doesn't have any guaranteed money on the last year, right? Which is a benefit to trading. Maybe Khalil Mullins gets healthy and is the complimentary back to Tajay. And maybe you draft another back. Julius Chestnut gotta go. All them other backs gotta go. And then you take Will Levis, you let him get healthy, and you trade him pre-draft to get something back out of him. Apologize to him. Hope that he has a resurgence in a better, more healthy environment to play like Malik Willis got. Malik Willis went to the Green Bay Packers, started 3 games, came back to Nashville and put belt on us. He looked like Ofo Vic when we played. He got with LaFleur, and the dude didn't lose a game that he started for the Green Bay Packers last year. So at the end of the day, it's like, it's Nashville, it's Titans. You know what I'm saying? So like, resign Chig, resign Pete, resign Roger McCreary. Roger McCreary's only missed 4 games in 4 years. Resign him. Kevin Winston Jr. is gonna play next to Hook. You have Xavier Woods with 1 more year on his deal. Quandre Diggs a kick out. You have Kendall Brooks and Mike Brown as special team safeties that can sit out there. You got to get another cornerback. I don't think Almar Davis is gonna turn. You got to let the Snead contract play out. But then you have Roger in the slot. You have Darrell Baker Jr. and Marcus Harris as depth at corner and build them. Womack probably won't make it through the season. Just some simple things. Like, you start there with signing the guys that's already here, letting guys clear off, and then when they do get this free agent, stop getting these over the hill guys. Go after Tariq Woolen. Go get Cam Smith that got cut off the Dolphins. That was a 2nd round pick that just didn't work out because the Dolphins are a dumpster fire too. Like, go like that. Those are the guys you got to go after. The 24, 25-year-old guys that's got time on them. They can't get decent players because they can't develop them, and it's a bad. Like when Jeffrey Simmons and Cam Ward say that was the worst week of practice we had all year, and then they got beat by the Raiders, they like self-imploded. He said, "Stop giving our defense credit where disrespect is deserved." We're not even talking about the Cowboys, Big Jeff. That'd be a whole nother time. Give me with get them right. Eric, what's popping? He said, "Grown men scared of the hoodie on my door." Why? Last 4 number 1 overall picks that's been drafted. He said Cliff Kingsbury is not a great head coach. How do you know that? He had an 11-win season with the Cardinals. Has Brian Callahan had 11 wins since he's been in Nashville? Mr. Bad Take strikes again, just saying something. This is what I need you to do, and the rest of the Titan fans that think like you. We are 32 out of 32 NFL teams right now, in damn near every category. If you can get Cliff Kingsbury or Arthur Smith or Joe Brady or Brian Flores or Mike McCarthy to come to Nashville, get on your knees. Thank God. Somebody decent that knows anything about football wants to come to Nashville and deal with Amy, Burke Nihill, Chad Brinker, and country music television, because that's the only thing that's going to be selling out that stadium. If you don't get one of those guys like Cliff Kingsbury or Arthur Smith or Joe Brady, Cam Ward is going to end up like Vince Young in the back of a limo doing coke. Didn't end up like Mariota getting rock bottom by the entire Washington Commander defensive front, have neck stingers for 2 years. That's what's gonna happen to Cam Ward. He's gonna get sacked 100 times this season if we don't get somebody like that. Don't you understand? But I need you Titan fans to wake up and smell the coffee. Stephen B. Coleman. By Sheen, what up? Terrell, I don't even care about Madden right now. Madden is not even worth my energy to even speak on. Who cares about Madden right now? I'm not even in. I could care less about Madden. Madden is just not. Madden ain't it right now. Sorry. I'm sorry. Who did they hire? They didn't hire anybody. They have Mike McCoy, interim head coach, who was a head coach on the Chargers for about 3 years, who's like an assistant in the office. But I think they put all right, for one, you have to know that they already had this plan, because Chad Brinker and Burke Nighhill have to sell something to Amy. It's not Bergonzi because he just got there. It was John Robinson. It was Mike Vrabel. It was Rand Carthon. The Negro is lazy. He slept on the plane. You know what I'm saying? Now it's the Callahans, and you take a coach that was brought in to groom Will Levis and call plays, take play calling from him, make him come to the podium, not the GM or the president of football operations, make Brian Callahan come lie to us and tell us that he's giving up play calling so he can focus on being a head coach. But he doesn't give it to his OC Nick Holst. He gives it to Bo Hardegree,
Let me teach you how to
one
vibe.
of the quarterback coaches who teams have been calling asking about, which locks him in. Mike McCoy is sitting here and we've never heard from him in the entire time of this new regime. Right? It's kind of like a shadow man. Put Mike McCoy into that spot. Denard Wilson is still in place. Nick Holst is still in place. Bo Hardegree is still calling plays, and Mike McCoy just walks around in meetings. He's just the guy that's gonna throw the challenge flag and call timeout. Like literally, that's what just happened. And if you can't see that was put in place to get to the end of the season to get the coach that they actually want, that like why on earth wouldn't you just let Callahan call the plays for 2 more weeks if you're gonna fire him? Do it make sense? Or do we sound crazy? Now I might have been born at night, but not last night, and it's pretty obvious that that's what this situation was. I'd play Ghost of Yotei before playing The Witcher again, since I'm waiting on the new Witcher to drop. He said got to get the blood flowing at least a little bit with a game or 3. Mad needs some competition. It's just in a bad space. Like they dropped the crystals to get money, and now they didn't realize like why not just let the crystals go inside the new cards, but then it takes away the all team chems. So you can use Micah Parsons, but you gotta have Cowboys or Packers. You still get your crystals. They haven't thought like simple things like that because the people that make the game don't play it. That's why I don't want to talk about Madden. I want to stick to NFL football. We got a double Monday night double header. What's the next coach to get fired? Is it Aaron Glenn? He's 0-6 right now. Is it Mike from the Dolphins? Does he get fired? Kellen Moore is in his first year, and Spencer Rattler is looking. See, the Saints are competitive, and Spencer Rattler is looking good. So like, I'm not worried about Kellen Moore. He's got them moving in the right direction. Problem now is they drafted Tyler Shook, and he's older than Jake Hayner and Spencer Rattler. It's like, so they just wasted a 2nd round pick. See, I'm more interested in things like that that's going around in the league than Madden. You see what I'm saying? So it's like Brian Callahan, he didn't even have to win games. He just needed to show that he could coach Cam Ward and not ruin him. He couldn't show that. What coach do I want? If I'm being real, I'd have Mike McCarthy come right in. He's already worked with Bones Fossil. Denard Wilson would stay my DC because the defense has still looked good regardless of who they got rid of. I'd tell Mike McCarthy to go in and have a conversation with Bo Hardegree and Nick Holtz and figure out who you want to bring in as OC, or if you think that you could get them in a scheme where they could coach it right. You see what I'm saying? Like I bring McCarthy won a Super Bowl. He's dealt with chaos before in Dallas. I promise that Nashville has no more chaos than Dallas. And he's got ties with Chad Brinker to the Green Bay Packers. So like he would make the most sense if we wait to the end of the year and Cliff Kingsbury or Joe Brady or Brian Flores don't want to come to Nashville, which if I was Brian Flores, I would not come to Nashville. I just wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, I'm being honest and saying like those guys may see Cam Ward and jump. The offensive, Joe Brady and Cliff Kingsbury or Arthur Smith may see Cam Ward and jump and take it. But then you wait until January, and if them decide it's a better opportunity for them to go to, then you're stuck. I just know that if Mike McCarthy is the coach, I don't think we call 2 timeouts and take a delay a game and get a field goal block. I don't think if we backed up on our own 5, we go empty set and let Devin White come as a free rusher on max protect blocking 7 and let Cam Ward get hit as he's taking the snap. Like some simple things like that I don't think would happen. Just professionalism. That's all I ask for. Can you snap the ball? Can a play go through without them just being a complete cluster every game? Like every game since Brian Callahan in 20-some games has been a complete cluster at one point in the game. Find me a game the Tennessee Titans played that there just wasn't some coaching blunder where you wondered like, do they even know what's going on? Like, does my coach know that if a receiver catches the ball and their elbow or their knee gets in, that it's a completed catch? If my coach doesn't know that rule, we got issues. Nah, Lil D, I'm telling you what y'all need to do. Y'all should have never took Tyler Shook. Roll with Spencer Rattler. Start dealing off some of them old guys and just go young. Like y'all got a solid little core, bro. I'm telling you. It only makes sense, E2. Tighten up. Zay, what up? Mont, what up? Xavier Restrepo should have been on the field. This is the silly part. People that are detractors to Xavier Restrepo that think the Titan fan base is just like, oh, so enamored by Restrepo.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
You telling me that Tyler Lockett can outrun Xavier Restrepo? Tyler Lockett is bald and he don't catch the ball. The best thing he did all year is fall on the fumble. That's it. That's the only thing you're going to see from him. Why not put James Prochet, Xavier Restrepo, and Bryce Oliver up? Van Jefferson is a solid like veteran to be on the team, but now people that argue with me about NWI sound stupid. NWI was the biggest receiver. So when you see Drake London and Mac Hollins and these big dunking receivers that are run blockers that just are physical targets in the red zone and on third down that just basically run 5 yards and turn around and post up and dunk, just like you just seen Drake London do, we got rid of a guy like that. That we brought in. Like Calvin really came out the game. Bryce Oliver was an injured scratch. Van Jefferson, A.O. Monner, Chim DK, and Lockett. That's who you got. That's your core. You're coming to an NFL game with that. Like, who are you getting 200-yard passing on with that? Like every person I just named outside of DK and AO is basically just like running a speed out or a button hook. So if a team has one player that when they see DK, they just back up a little bit. It's just like, all right, unless Cuz runs a deep over route, well, we're not getting beat. What coach is available? That's free right now. Only person available is Mike McCarthy. The other guys they want, you got to, like, Steelers are a playoff team. The Commanders are a playoff team. The Bills are a playoff team. The Vikings is probably going to be in it to the end, even with Carson Wentz, because I like Kevin O'Connell. I think he's a smart coach. Because at the end of the day, if you ain't trying to wait to January, like, you got to go Mike McCarthy. And whoever you hire has to been a head coach before. Cause like that's the part of nepotism with Brian Callahan I didn't like. He's a first-time coach with a first-time caller, with a first-time DC, with a first-time OC, with a first-time special, with a first, like, bro, everybody that's in your organization that's calling shots can't be their first time doing it. You need somebody that's done it before. You see what I'm saying? Like, get somebody that's done it before. Get somebody who ain't got butterflies on their stomach when they get ready to go on a road trip because they ain't never coached a game before. Like, what do we do? What do we do? You know what I'm saying? You know, you go somewhere with somebody and everybody asking each other, like, what should we do? Like, that's how the Tennessee Titans is when they come into games. You did this before, right? Like, nobody has. Boom, doom, doom. All right, man. Just warning y'all. Disky open. Shop is open. Anybody got anything they want to add, talk about, agree with, disagree with, indifferent? I had to put the belt on Loaf last night. I don't know what was. Loaf just got in here just saying all kind of stuff, bro. I don't know what Loaf was on. we had to give Loaf a pill when he got in yesterday. I'm clean on the pill. I'm clean on the pill. I don't know what it is. I'm clean on the pill. Falcons look like they about to put the Bills away. Falcons look like they about to put the Bills away. Ooh-wee. Is it a chink in the armor? Is it a... Oh, no. Michael Penix holding his arm. It's Kirk Cousins loading. Is the Falcons about to put it back-to-back L's from the Buffalo Bills? Where's the Buffalo Bill fan base at? How's the New England Patriots taking over the East? Nobody circled the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. He looked like he was holding his arm coming to the sideline after that last play, though. So who got some questions? Who got some things they want to add? Who got some points? Those are my thoughts. Those are my, oh my goodness. I just pulled. Ill Will for real. What's good, my boy? What's popping? Man, we knew it was gonna be this week. We just didn't know if it was gonna be before or after the game, and it's being before the game. I hope nobody was surprised by Brian Callahan getting fired today. Now the Titans just got to get it right. The Titans just got to get it right. They can't afford. They can't afford to not to get this next move wrong. But even so much as the coach, Bergonzi got to get this trade deadline. He got to get it right, and he's got to get it right with this next upcoming draft. I think that's just as important or more important than whoever even the coach that comes in. There's no way the next coaching staff comes in is worse than what we already got. But they got to hit on this draft. They got to. This offseason, they got league leading cap space. They really don't have but 2 players they got to re-sign this offseason or this upcoming season. They got to get this trade deadline, the re-signing period, and the draft right, and they'll be fine. He said Penn State and Titans got to get it right for me. I heard Penn State is after Dion. I heard Penn State is after Dion. That's the word on the block right now. Is that what would you think about that, KT? The word on the street is Penn State want Dion. That's the rumor mill I've been getting. It's Penn State is after Dion. He said boosters won't let that happen. It's to, you know what up here? That boy said it's a real whiteout. He said it's a real whiteout. Bijan Robinson having a day, huh? Bijan Robinson is so shifty without having to downshift his speed. He don't have to downshift his speed. 170 rushing yards. Whew. Whew. Rico Dowdle, you got some competition. Hey, listen, where are those guys that be on my post telling me when I say the Tennessee Titans need to be able to run the football or are dumb? Where are they at? Why they're never in the streams? Why they never come to hop in the Discord and voice their opinion? Jonathan Taylor is about to win another rushing crown. Rico Dowdle is going crazy. Bijan Robinson is going crazy. Who's been making the Bills better is James Cook. You have to effectively be able to run the football and utilize your backs. Can the 49ers still win games with all those injuries without having McCaffrey? No. Slows down edge pressure. It helps the line. It sets up play action. It allows you to use them in the passing game, in the short game, in the quick game. It takes one linebacker out of the box because they got to account for the running back. Like, bro, like I wish that our Titan fan base was more knowledgeable. He said you got Rico Dowdle in fantasy. I mean, like ETN for y'all. ETN is at the top of the league in rushing. Like you got and Basil Tootin. Y'all got 2 backs.
Let me teach
like,
you how to vibe.
You got to be able to control the line of scrimmage with the run and be able to use the backs in the pass game. I mean, you see the Chiefs run 3 running backs out there. Good teams know how to utilize their backs.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
I got 93 spotlight tokens. I literally can go get 4 champions and sets with those things. Cool. Josh Allen down 10 with 1:43. I think it is over for the Buffalo Bills tonight. They probably drop to 4-2. Falcons go to 3-2. I want to know how Michael Penix's do-rag never come off.
Let me teach
Michael
you how
Penix
to
have
vibe.
a perfectly tied do-rag every game. Coop, what up? It's the bipolar lock kick and the one shoe plug in the city. Like Bergonzi got to get right in their front office. Like think about the Bucks. No Mike Evans, no Godwin, no Bucky Irvin. Here comes White back into the fold. Tez Johnson and Emeka Egbuka step up. Like two guys they picked up in the draft. Like, come on, man. Like Titans got to be able to put something on the field. Some talent. Titans got to be back when you see somebody on the field for the Titans that you say, oh, I got to watch that guy. Titans ain't got many guys you got to watch now. Maybe Chig or Tajay. DK ain't polished enough yet. He will be. I mean, am I lying? Am I lying? Like, do you look at, like, when the Jags play the Titans, is there anybody on the Titans offense you look and say, we got to watch that guy? Like, you just don't have them. Like, when we play y'all, I'm like, Brian Thomas Jr., and I'm going to be thinking about Travis Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have anybody that you have to think about. Breast cancer is October, so if you see a month of October, you already know you can see a lot of pink on the field for breast cancer. I know what you was talking about. Yo, they just ran a hook and ladder. See, good teams can run plays like that. Tennessee Titans. Can y'all imagine if the Tennessee Titans tried to run a hook and ladder? Can you imagine if the Tennessee Titans tried to run something like that? It would definitely go back the other way for a touchdown. It would. There's no chance the Titans could effectively run a play like that. Like I'm nearly certain that if the Titans ran that play, that would some kind of way that would end up in a touchdown for the other team. They didn't let Josh Allen scramble for like 50, 60 yards, bro. Falcons TT about to be on the rise. I'm so mad that people did the event. Some people got full champions. I got a 10,000 coin card, bro. I was so mad. It's like, bro, I seen everybody that was getting top 3 was getting champions, and I got 10K coins. Bro. I'm never playing that again. Never playing that event again. Oh, he threw a pick. Josh Allen threw a pick. The Falcons getting a big win.
$100 of bonus bets when you make your first.
He said NFL is at its peak when there's no clear Super Bowl favorite. That is true. And Madden is at its peak when defense is good. When offense is overpowered and defense sucks, nobody wants to play the game. like me. Go Falcons, home team. Well, you know, Shotbybuddha from Alabama. We don't have nothing but Roll Tide. That's all we got. Sorry.
Touchdown, Alabama! And the Crimson Tide has once again ascended to the top of the college football mountain.
I'm sorry, that's all we got. You said disagree with what? Educated Southern Poor Negro Pinky, what up? Packers won yesterday, Pinky. Y'all played the Bengals. I think y'all won. He said J-Mac over there raging now because talking about Smoothie. See, the problem is like last year they balanced it. The defensive AP was higher than offense. Now it's like the skill gap in the game on offense is pocket. A person that knows how to stay in the pocket. You can take a non-scrambling QB and run with him the whole game. He'll never fumble. That's like a lack of skill. Like being able to catch ags and have like throwing the double coverage like with no punishment is bad for the game. Like Madden is best when defense is good. Where good players have to struggle to score. Like you really gotta go in your bag. Anybody could be decent in offense on Madden now. He said NFL is better when one of the legacy teams are great. But I think like with it being 32 teams, it's always gonna be some legacy teams that's relevant. Like if you took like right now, if the season ended, NFC would be Eagles, Commanders, Buccaneers, Lions, Rams, Niners, Seahawks, Packers, kind of some fringe teams. So I mean, you got some legacy teams in there. Then the AFC, if it ended right now, would be Patriots, Buffalo, Colts, Jags, Steelers, Chiefs, Broncos. You still gonna get some legacy teams. Like I do like the fact that like you can't really put a pinpoint on who's gonna make it. But I do agree though, you need some legacy teams in the playoffs because you need somebody to hate. Like if the Cowboys or the Niners or the Eagles or the Packers, like you kind of need somebody in there to hate. Like you need the Chiefs, like you need somebody to not like to be in the playoffs. You kind of do need like if the Lakers and the Celtics is in the NBA playoffs, it's good because people hate those teams. It said Packers will be because y'all number one. I just don't know if y'all can stay healthy, bro. Like y'all got so much talent. And y'all like be playing down to the competition too much. Y'all be in the playoffs, but y'all just play down to the competition too much. Like if Christian Watson is healthy and Josh Jacobs is healthy and Love is healthy and all them is healthy, like y'all could be dangerous, but I gotta see y'all be healthy to put it together. Yeah, people, it's like Tiger Woods on the back nine back in the day. You tune in to see if Tiger Woods gonna win or lose. Tiger Woods versus Field. Say Colts are back. Yeah, y'all are a well-balanced team right now. Like Jonathan Taylor is like back in like prime Jonathan Taylor mode. Y'all got two big ass tight ends. Y'all receivers right now, like I don't think it's been a time where like Michael Pittman Jr., Downs, Alec Pierce have all been healthy. Like one of them always like injured for the season or something. Like right now, y'all got it together. Like I like that y'all are running a lot of play action, like a 2-man game, like run and play action, run and play action, run and play action, run and play action, run and play action. everybody be a go in 2 weeks. I want to see y'all at full throttle though. Cause the end of the Cowboy game, just I was like, bro, what is y'all doing? Like the Packers act like they had 20 minutes to score points. Like I'm like, what is they doing? Like, don't they realize they could just flood the Cowboys and get them off the field? And like Jordan Love almost let the time run out in that Cowboy game. Y'all almost didn't even get to kick the field goal. They definitely play down the competition. AR is gone. Yeah, they put him on IR. Him and Levis got one more year, so like he'll get traded. I mean, if Trey Lance got traded to a team and got another shot, like I don't see why Anthony Richardson won't get a healthy. He been in the house and JT. Yeah, JT, like he got it going this year. I think he gonna win the Russian title if he don't get hurt. If he stay healthy, I see JT. Like the way y'all offense is set up with the offensive line and them big ass tight ends, I can see JT because ETN and like Bijan is now starting to get the ball. I don't think Rico Dowdle can win it because Chuba Hubbard got to come back at some point. Like, I think Jonathan Taylor is gonna get like all the reps. Alec Pierce. When do the Jags and Colts play? I'm gonna be interested to watch that game. I don't care about watching the Texans or the Titans play right now. I'm just not, man. But I mean, we all knew the Texans was gonna be without an offensive line. They traded all their offensive linemen. Why are the Texans not looking good? Like they traded their whole line. They let them all go. I put CJ back there and let him scramble for his life. You see, I guess the owner say that fire sign. Oh yeah, I mean, bro, look. When college game day got a sign that say fire your coach, and you come out and your two superstar players say that practice was frat and it was the worst practice you had all year, and you come out against the Raiders and the Raiders are calling your plays at the line of scrimmage, like the fact that the Raiders was able to call our offensive play calls at the line of scrimmage, like you can go back and see some of the clips where they did it. It's pathetic. Like to see after Cam Ward had a hot fourth quarter, run, punt on 4th and 1 to start the game. Every Titan fan was just on Twitter like, man, we about to get beat. Cause it's just no nuts, no like, bro, like the stuff that they do, it's just asinine, bro. Calvin really gets hurt. You running bubble screens for Tyler Lockett, and you got the fastest player on the team trying to stalk block a outside edge linebacker. What are we doing? Like, why are we running bubble screens for Tyler Lockett? Cam Ward had 9 completions behind the line of scrimmage for like 18 yards or something like that. Like, you could tell he frustrated. They don't want to run tempo. Cam Ward been begging to run tempo because our offensive line sucks and we don't have good receivers. And Calvin Ridley was injured. So it's like, you got no Arden Key. You got no Calvin Ridley. You get like, bro, like Bryce Oliver's out. Like, you have nothing that you can threaten this other team with. He said Billy Napier got to go. They said the Texans are hot. They're dangerously getting healthy. I don't believe it. Texans gonna play as long as until their offensive line start to show itself. Like they might get CJ Stroud killed this year. They like, bro, if you just watch their games and see how bad their line is. Feels like they're more transparent season than ever. Only 14 had one loss. Steelers, Colts, Packers, Bucks. I mean, Brian Callahan said they wasn't gonna implement, like Teron Davenport and PK was grilling him about running RPO. Brian Callahan is a coach his ego was too big. He didn't want to run RPO. So you got backup offensive linemen. You get JC Latham back for the Max Crosby game. You're backed up on your own 9 and you go empty set. And the Raiders said we had a signal for if they came out an empty set, we had a blitz where we knew that they wouldn't pick up Devin White. JC Latham is just doing like this, blocking nobody, and Devin White hits Cam Ward as he's catching the shotgun snap. Like I showed y'all the picture of it. Cam Ward is taking the snap and Devin White can damn near hit the ball. Devin White damn near was able to hit the ball as the shotgun snap was going. Cam just caught the snap and tried to step up so he wouldn't get a safety and got hit and the ball came out. Like that happened like 3 or 4 times where pre-snap the linebackers is like calling our play out and a free rusher just comes in. Like you can't have like 5 snaps in 32 dropbacks. You can't have 5 snaps where an edge rusher just comes free. And the one where he got hit and threw the pick, JC Latham gave up on his block. He literally just let dude walk. He just moved out the way so dude could run at him. He didn't even just try to stand in front of him. Pathetic. But that's coaching. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's coaching and willpower from the players. Block field goals. Yeah, people got strats on them field goals. Bones Fossil gave a good breakdown on why he keeps getting blocked, but that's another day. It's just sad to watch the Titans be like out-coached every week and they don't have the manpower. Like the game that of course they got to overturn strip sack fumble for a touchdown. We never get those calls, but that wouldn't have made a difference in the game. The difference in the game is the defense held the Raiders to -0 the whole game. Ashton Jeanty got like 60 total yards, but what happens? The offense can't score because the offensive line doesn't know what they're supposed to be doing. And like the third down where people are like, oh, Cam threw an inaccurate ball. Both receivers ran a post. It was 4 defensive backs, and then when he seen that they were both running the same route, he just threw it over their head. It's like, oh, it's an inaccurate pass. Like the commentators, it's like, no, you got 2 receivers both ran a post route. Like that happens too much with the Titans where people run the wrong routes. Like, why is the fastest player on the team doing a bubble screen block and he's blocking for? If he knocked out 2 people, Tyler Lockett maybe gets 3 yards on a bubble screen. So we running the offense through Van Jefferson Sunday. That's just silly. Even though the tight ends had great games the last couple of weeks, like they didn't try to implement the tight ends or the running backs in the passing game. Nah, what up? Sound like the Ravens. It's like, why would you want to run bubble screens to Tyler Lockett, but you don't want to run RPO? Stupid. Like, I just don't get it. And last week, the week before last, they took shots down the field. This week, they took no shots down the field. So every team we play comes within 8 yards of the line of scrimmage and just tees off and just house blitz because our receivers ain't good enough to get open. Titans run play action like 10% of their snaps is play action. Like they don't even like Cam Ward's best numbers comes off no huddle and play action. Brian Callahan refused to run tempo or play action or RPO. And stay fired, Franklin. Yeah, we knew that was coming though. This was their year. A lot of talent. Drew Aller, highly regarded. They 3-3, bro. They just lost to Northwestern. But one thing about it, when you fire a coach, you gotta have a plan in place. Tennessee Titans fired their coach and didn't even know who they was gonna name. Took them hours and hours. Like, don't you already have this stuff ready to go when you know you're gonna fire somebody, or you just woke up and decided you're gonna fire him today because you don't want to see Mike Vrabel beat Brian Callahan, walk over and shake his hand, have a smug grin, and then go to the press conference and ask all the Tennessee Titans media would be at the Patriots press conference asking how it felt to come back and put belt on your old team after they swore you were the reason why. I mean, already John Robinson has made the post of saying, I guess it was me we asked. I guess, can you imagine Mike Vrabel getting to come to the press conference and saying something about we asked? Man, Amy will just pass out. Bro, Amy would pass out if Mike Vrabel got to come to the press conference and say something about we asked. How crazy would that be? Like Mike Vrabel at the press conference with a we asked t-shirt. Tragic. That would have been tragic. That would have been tough. Well, that Jaden Daniels is special. And Rashid over there talking about he don't want to see Cliff Kingsbury in Nashville. Man, Titan fans got to get it together. All right, y'all. That's an hour and 30 on Facebook and YouTube. I will upload and break that down. That will be a VOD tomorrow. Make sure y'all hit the like. Make sure y'all comment. Make sure y'all interact and engage with those other platforms. I'm about to restart. We're going to be on Kick and Twitch. I'm going to listen to the post-game press conference to firing Brian Callahan, Chad Brinker, Mike Bergonzi. We can't watch it on YouTube. YouTube is be doing weird stuff with that. 10 seconds. We right